In the depths of my family tree lies a haunting darkness, a sinister legacy woven by the hands of a psychopathic mother. Her malevolence reaches far beyond the confines of our home, seeping into the very core of our existence. As I embark on this chilling narrative, I invite you to walk alongside me into the heart of a twisted tale that will test the limits of your imagination and leave you questioning the boundaries of evil. The first signs of my mother's disturbed nature were subtle, easily dismissed as quirks of eccentricity. She possessed an unsettling fascination with sharp objects, often spending hours meticulously organizing her collection of knives, each blade gleaming with an ominous glint. But it was her eyes that sent a shiver down my spine, cold, devoid of empathy, as if they were windows into a soul consumed by darkness. As I grew older, her behavior morphed from peculiar to downright chilling. Our home became a breeding ground for fear and manipulation, and her presence was a constant reminder of the malevolence lurking beneath her facade of normalcy. Her words dripped with venom, calculated to tear at the very fabric of our identities, stripping away our individuality until we were mere shells, mere extensions of her warped reality. In the dead of night, when the world slumbered in blissful ignorance, her true nature revealed itself. I would lie awake, heart pounding, as her footsteps echoed through the halls, their cadence a twisted lullaby of dread. It was during these unholy hours that I glimpsed the depths of her depravity, her actions veering into the realm of the unthinkable. Whispers echoed through the neighborhood, tales of her malevolent acts whispered behind closed doors. The mere mention of her name sent shivers down the spines of those who had witnessed her dark dance of cruelty. Yet the world remained ignorant of the true extent of her twisted legacy, shielded by the facade of normalcy she carefully crafted for public consumption. As I ventured beyond the walls of our haunted home, I became keenly aware of the profound impact her darkness had on the lives she touched. Friends and neighbors bore the scars of her manipulation, their spirits broken and their trust shattered. It was as if her presence cast a shadow, tainting everything it touched, leaving behind a trail of broken souls in her wake. The culmination of her sinister legacy remains a mystery, a void that gnaws at the edges of my consciousness. What drove her to such depths of depravity? Was there a method to her madness, an insidious motive that evaded our understanding? Or was she simply a vessel of pure evil, devoid of reason or remorse? Justice, as fleeting as it may be, eventually caught up with her. She was held accountable for her actions, but the scars she inflicted on our lives endure. The weight of her malevolence still hangs heavy in the air, a haunting reminder of the depths to which humanity can sink. As I reflect on the twisted tale of my psychopathic mother's legacy, I am left with unanswered questions and a sense of unease. The darkness that enveloped our family tree lingers, a specter that haunts my thoughts and stirs my deepest fears. The true nature of evil, it seems, is a puzzle without a solution, an enigma that defies comprehension. As I bid you farewell, dear reader, I leave you with a somber warning. Beware the twisted legacy that can stain a family tree, for the sins of one can reverberate through generations. The chilling tale of my psychopathic mother serves as a stark reminder of the depths of human depravity, a haunting testament to the blurred boundaries between good and evil. May you carry the weight of this narrative with you, questioning the darkness that dwells within the human soul. And may you navigate the labyrinth of life with caution, ever mindful of the chilling legacy that can be passed down through generations. The story of my psychopathic mother remains unfinished, its ending shrouded in mystery and darkness, a testament to the lingering power of unanswered questions. Every town has its secrets, hidden beneath the facade of everyday life. But none could compare to the horrors concealed within the decaying walls of the maniacal mother's house of horrors. As I recount my harrowing journey through those dreadful chambers, I invite you to step into the darkness with me, to experience the chilling tale of unimaginable torment and the unanswered questions that still haunt my soul. It all began with a rumor, a whispered tale that sent shivers down my spine. The townsfolk spoke of a woman, a mother driven to the depths of madness, who had constructed a torture dungeon within the confines of her dilapidated home. Intrigued by the macabre allure of the story, my curiosity grew, urging me to uncover the truth that lay within those dreaded walls. The maniacal mother's house stood at the edge of our town, a decrepit structure that exuded an otherworldly aura of malevolence. As I approached, a sense of foreboding gripped my heart, and the air grew thick with an indefinable sense of dread. Each step I took felt like a descent into a darker realm, as if the very ground beneath me conspired to pull me deeper into the abyss. With trepidation, I pushed open the creaking front door, its rusty hinges protesting against my intrusion. The stale scent of decay lingered in the air, a morbid testament to the secrets that awaited me. As I ventured further, the house seemed to come alive, its walls whispering with the weight of countless unspeakable acts. The first room I entered was a chilling display of the maniacal mother's deranged mind. Rusty shackles dangled from the walls, their cold metal a haunting reminder of the agonized souls that once inhabited this chamber. Bloodstains stained the floor, a grotesque mosaic of suffering etched into the very foundation of the house. Heart pounding, I pressed on, my journey through the house leading me deeper into the labyrinthine nightmare. Each room revealed a new layer of horror, as if the house itself reveled in the atrocities that had taken place within its walls. Instruments of torture lined the walls, their purpose twisted and unholy, evoking a primal fear that resonated deep within my soul. As I descended into the bowels of the house, I stumbled upon a hidden chamber, a place where unspeakable acts had surely been carried out. The room was dimly lit, flickering candles casting eerie shadows on the walls. Chains hung from the ceiling, their menacing presence hinting at the torment endured by those unfortunate enough to have been held captive in this chamber of nightmares. My breath caught in my throat as I beheld a row of ominous devices meticulously arranged along the walls. Blades, hooks, and implements of unimaginable pain beckoned with a perverse allure, a testament to the depravity that lurked within the maniacal mother's twisted mind. I couldn't help but wonder what unspeakable horrors had unfolded within these very walls. A shiver raced down my spine as I turned to leave, only to find myself face to face with a reflection in a tarnished mirror. My own terrified gaze stared back at me, but in that moment I couldn't help but question if the image before me truly reflected my own presence. Was it merely a trick of the light, or had something sinister stirred in the depths of that accursed chamber? As I hurriedly made my way back through the house, the feeling of being watched never waned. Shadows danced at the periphery of my vision, whispering secrets I could not decipher. The house seemed to taunt me, its walls closing in with a malevolent glee, as if it reveled in the terror it evoked. As I emerged from the maniacal mother's house of horrors, a sense of relief washed over me, mingled with an unshakable unease. The unanswered questions that plagued my mind lingered, their weight heavy on my conscience. What had driven this mother to such depths of depravity? What darkness had taken root within her, leading to the creation of this sinister abode? To this day, the mystery remains unsolved, the secrets of the maniacal mother's house locked within its decaying walls. I share this story not as a mere recounting of a macabre adventure, but as a warning to those who dare to delve into the depths of the unknown. For within the darkest corners of our world lie horrors beyond comprehension, and the maniacal mother's house serves as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can consume even the most seemingly ordinary lives. Beneath the veneer of motherly love lies a darkness so profound it defies all reason. This is the tale of a possessed mother's unholy rage, a terrifying account of supernatural influence and unthinkable acts that shattered the very fabric of our existence. Join me, dear reader, as I recount the harrowing journey that unfolded within the walls of our once serene home, where the line between sanity and malevolence blurred beyond recognition. It began innocently enough, the gentle hum of everyday life resonating within the walls of our home. But as the days turned to weeks, a subtle change crept upon my mother, transforming her from a nurturing figure into a vessel of unholy wrath. Her once warm eyes became vacant, devoid of the love that had once defined her. In its place, an ominous glint hinted at the supernatural forces that had taken hold. As the moon hung high in the sky one fateful night, I found myself awakened by a cacophony of chilling sounds echoing through the halls. I ventured cautiously towards my mother's room, heart pounding, only to be greeted by a scene of unimaginable horror. She stood there, her body convulsing with an otherworldly energy, her voice distorted by an unearthly presence that emanated from within her. My mother, or what remained of her, was no longer recognizable. Her eyes, now consumed by an unholy blaze, bore into my very soul, searing my existence with a malevolence that sent a shiver down my spine. In that moment, I realized I was face to face with a force beyond comprehension, a supernatural entity that had taken possession of my mother's very being. With each passing day, the dark influence grew stronger, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. Objects levitated in defiance of gravity, the air thickened with an oppressive energy, and the very foundation of our home seemed to groan under the weight of this unholy presence. It was as if a portal to the netherworld had been opened within our midst, unleashing a torrent of terror upon our lives. My mother's actions became increasingly disturbing, defying the laws of both the natural and supernatural realms. She would speak in tongues unknown, her voice a guttural growl that defied human comprehension. Objects would hurtle across the room in fits of rage, seemingly propelled by an unseen force. The walls themselves seemed to pulsate with a malignant energy, as if they were privy to the sinister secrets that consumed our existence. As I searched for answers, I delved into ancient tomes, seeking wisdom in the pages of forgotten lore. The tales I uncovered spoke of ancient curses and demonic possession, of spirits that preyed upon the vulnerable, twisting them into vessels of unholy rage. The more I read, the more I realized the magnitude of the horror that had befallen my family. We were trapped within the clutches of a malevolent force, and escape seemed impossible. My mother's unholy rage escalated, leaving a trail of unthinkable acts in its wake. She would writhe on the floor, her body contorted in unnatural ways, uttering words of blasphemy that chilled me to the core. The once loving touch of her hands now felt like icy tendrils of despair, leaving marks that refused to fade. It was as if the very essence of her being had been consumed by the darkness that now ruled our lives. The tale of my mother's possession reaches its crescendo, dear reader, but the ending remains shrouded in mystery and unanswered questions. The unholy influence that gripped her soul defies explanation, its origins lost in the annals of ancient evil. Was it a curse unleashed upon our family, a consequence of a past long forgotten? Or did something more sinister lie at the heart of this supernatural terror? In the shadows of my town, there stood a house, long abandoned and veiled in an air of malevolence. It was whispered among the locals that within its decaying walls lay the remnants of a deranged mother's dark legacy, a house of horrors that beckoned the curious, daring them to unveil its chilling secrets. Intrigued and unable to resist the lure of the unknown, I embarked on a journey to explore this forsaken place, and little did I know that I was about to step into a nightmare from which there would be no escape. As I approached the deranged mother's abandoned house of horrors, a sense of foreboding washed over me like a tidal wave. Its once vibrant facade was now a canvas of decay, with broken windows and sagging doors that whispered with the ghostly echoes of forgotten horrors. The front porch creaked under the weight of my hesitant steps, urging me onward, deeper into the darkness that awaited within. With trepidation, I crossed the threshold, stepping into a world frozen in time. The air was thick with a stale mustiness, as if the house itself held its breath, anticipating my descent into its hidden chambers. Cobwebs clung to every corner, delicate threads spun by spiders that had claimed this desolate abode as their own. I could almost hear the whispers of countless victims echoing through the corridors, their anguished cries a haunting chorus that set my nerves on edge. As I ventured further into the house, each room unveiled a new layer of horror, as if the deranged mother's twisted mind had left its indelible mark on every inch of the decaying structure. In one room, I discovered a collection of faded photographs, their faces distorted by time, hinting at the lives shattered within these walls. In another, broken dolls lay scattered on the floor, their glassy eyes staring into the abyss, their silent screams a testament to the horrors they had witnessed. But it was the basement that whispered of the darkest atrocities, a place where the deranged mother's darkest secrets had been carefully concealed. The stairs creaked beneath my weight as I descended into the bowels of this macabre labyrinth. The air grew colder, as if the very essence of evil permeated the space, chilling my bones and quickening my pulse. In the dim light, I beheld a sight that would forever haunt my nightmares. Rusty chains hung from the ceiling, their links stained with the blood of the innocent. Torture devices lined the walls, their sinister forms formed a twisted symphony of pain and suffering. The floor bore the markings of countless footsteps, etched by those who had fallen victim to the deranged mother's depravity. As I navigated through the chambers of this abandoned house of horrors, an unnerving feeling settled in the pit of my stomach. It was as if I were being watched, my every move scrutinized by unseen eyes. Whispers brushed against my ears, taunting and elusive, leaving me questioning my own sanity. But as I reached the heart of this wretched abode, where the deranged mother's presence lingered most palpably, I was met with an unsettling revelation. The true extent of her dark legacy remained shrouded in mystery. The answers to the questions that had driven me to this forsaken place were obscured, tantalizingly just out of reach. It was a cruel twist of fate, leaving me with more questions than answers, forever haunted by the enigmatic nature of the deranged mother's deeds. And so, dear reader, as I emerge from the depths of the deranged mother's abandoned house of horrors, I carry with me the weight of the unknown. The legacy of this twisted woman continues to cast its long, ominous shadow over my thoughts. I am left to wonder what drove her to such depths of madness, what sinister forces shaped her into a harbinger of terror. As the doors of the house creak closed behind me, I cannot help but feel the lingering presence of the deranged mother's dark legacy, a reminder of the insidious horrors that can hide behind the facade of ordinary lives. The true nature of her malevolence eludes me, and perhaps it is better that way. Some mysteries are meant to remain unanswered, and some horrors are best left to the recesses of our imagination. So, dear reader, as you venture through life, beware the shadows that dance in the periphery, for you never know what chilling secrets they may conceal. And should you encounter the abandoned house of horrors, its doors beckoning with an unholy invitation, remember this cautionary tale and ask yourself, do you dare to unravel the mysteries within? Or would you prefer to let the darkness lie undisturbed, its secrets forever entwined with the haunting whispers of the deranged mother's dark legacy? As we come to the end of this chilling journey through the realm of true crazy mother horror stories, I leave you with a question that lingers in the depths of your mind. Have you ever questioned the darkness within? Reflect on the twisted tales we have encountered, the unsettling truths that have been unveiled. What does it say about the human psyche? How far can a mother's love be distorted? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let us delve into a thought-provoking discussion. If you enjoyed this bone-chilling adventure, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to join our community of thrill seekers. And don't forget, there's another terrifying adventure waiting for you just a click away on your screen. Until then, dare to explore the shadows, question the depths of darkness, and embark on new journeys that unravel the mysteries of the human psyche. Thank you for joining us, and may your nightmares be just a figment of your imagination.